Today is Memorial Day, a day not just for remembering individual heroes, but for honoring the collective courage of the men and women who gave their lives in service. These are 10 of the most inspiring group stories in American military history. Stories of units, missions, and moments where ordinary people did the extraordinary together. In World War II, the U.S. deployed a secret weapon, the Ghost Army. Made up of artists, sound engineers, and illusionists, this unit used inflatable tanks, loudspeakers, and fake radio transmissions to deceive the Germans into thinking American forces were elsewhere. Their deception misled entire divisions and likely saved thousands of lives. Yet their work remained classified until 1996. Then, there were the Navajo code talkers, Marines who used their native language to create an unbreakable battlefield code in the Pacific Theater. Over 400 Navajo men served in this role, and their code was never broken by the enemy. Their language became a lifeline for U.S. troops and a legacy of cultural pride and strategic brilliance. During World War I, the Lost Battalion, a unit of the 77th Infantry Division, was surrounded by German forces in the Argonne Forest. Cut off from reinforcements, with no food or water, and even shelled by their own side, they held out for 5 grueling days. Out of over 500 men, only 194 walked out, but they refused to surrender. After D-Day, the Red Ball Express became the backbone of the Allied advance. Comprised largely of African-American drivers and mechanics, this supply convoy operated 24/7, delivering critical fuel, ammo, and food across war-torn France. Often driving under fire, they kept the Allied war machine moving and proved indispensable to victory. The most decorated unit in U.S. history? That title belongs to the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, a group made up almost entirely of Japanese-American soldiers during World War II. Many had families imprisoned in internment camps back home. Still, they fought with unmatched courage in Italy, France, and Germany. Their motto, go for broke. In 1948, during the Berlin blockade, the Soviets cut off West Berlin from food and fuel. In response, the U.S. and Allies launched the Berlin Airlift. Over 278,000 flights delivered supplies into the city over 11 months. Pilots flew in harsh weather and around the clock to keep 2.5 million people alive without firing a single shot. The Marines who fought at Belleau Wood in 1918 earned the nickname Devil Dogs from their German enemies. With gas masks on and rifles fixed, they charged through machine gun fire and held their ground. Their fierce fighting helped turn the tide of World War I and helped define the U.S. Marine Corps. When the Korean War erupted in 1950, the first American ground troops deployed were Task Force Smith, a small, under-equipped unit that faced a massive North Korean force near Osan. They were outgunned and outnumbered, but they stood their ground and delayed the enemy long enough for reinforcements to arrive. In the jungles of Vietnam, Dustoff crews, unarmed helicopter medevac pilots and medics, risked everything to save the wounded. Flying into active fire zones, they evacuated more than 900,000 soldiers and civilians. Their motto was simple, so that others may live. And in 2011, a mission years in the making culminated in SEAL Team 6's raid on Osama bin Laden's compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Under the cover of darkness, in a meticulously coordinated operation, the SEALs flew in, completed the mission in under 40 minutes, and returned safely. It was one of the most precise modern military operations in history. Today, we honor not just these stories, but the spirit behind them. Courage in the face of fear, unity in the face of chaos, and sacrifice for something greater than self. These men and women didn't just serve, they stood together when it mattered most. Subscribe to the Baron's Chest for more stories of real courage, hidden history, and the people who remind us what service truly means. To all who gave everything, today we remember you.